Former New York City Council member Joe Borelli is with me this morning here in New York. I have to make the general comment that right from the get-go, Mamdani is off to a bad start with President Trump.
It's a far cry from the bromance they had in the White House a couple of weeks ago. Look, I would love to know what those absolute alpha males in those Delta Force helicopters were thinking when they found out that Zohran Mamdani wasn't happy with their mission. I'm not sure it really had the impact that he intended it. But the reality is, if I was writing a book about how to be an elected official, one of the chapters would be never miss an opportunity to not say anything. This is something that he completely misread the room on. You have Venezuelan immigrants in this city that are not protesting. They are cheering what the Trump administration did. They are happy with what the Trump administration did. They are living up to the calls from members of his own party going back 5 years to get rid of this guy Maduro. So he misread this one, and if he doesn't agree with it, fine. He could have kept his mouth shut, and I think he would have been better served.
You have some intimate knowledge of this. Mamdani has announced that City Hall is going to hold what are called rental rip-off hearings across all 5 boroughs. You don't think much of that, do you?
No, look, we have a housing crisis, right? Pointing out that we have a housing crisis is something that he's right about. The problem is all of his solutions are only going to exacerbate the problem. We have public housing, New York City public housing, 800,000 units, some of the most poorly run, overpriced and underfunded housing in New York City is owned by now Zohran Mamdani's own government. He is the worst landlord in the city. So you got to look at the mirror. And then all the rent-stabilized housing. We have 50,000, maybe 60,000 units of rent-stabilized housing that are vacant in the city because the ability for a landlord to recover the money that they use to renovate, they can't do it under rent control. Imagine spending $100,000 to renovate a vacant apartment, but only being able to raise the rent, $13 a month for the next 5 years. It's impossible. That's why the housing regulations are actually the cause, not the solution of the crunch. If he doubles down on those, which he pledges to do, we're only going to see prices go up, rents go up, constituents unhappy, and none of the actual challenges met.
It's ironic, isn't it, that, Joe, you and I are sitting here in Midtown Manhattan. About a mile down the road, downtown, there's the Manhattan courthouse, and that's where Maduro is imprisoned right now. And what's his name? Mamdani is the mayor of New York City. That's extraordinary.
Jury selection will be something to watch.
Yes, but they won't have a trial for a long, long time.
Probably a year.
Is he going to be imprisoned in Manhattan until then?
Likely.
Who knows?
It's not a good week for the warmth of collectivism, to be Maduro in that prison thing. Although he seemed pretty pleasant and happy to be there. I think there's going to be more to the story, right? Maduro landed. They got off the helicopter, and he was saying hi and thank you and happy New Year to everyone. I think there's going to be more to the story about what the Trump administration did behind the scenes with the vice president, who's now the president, and Maduro, and what deals may come.
We haven't got that story yet. Joe Borelli, great stuff. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
We'll see you.